Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Adam Wolf, and in this video, we got gameplay of the Blood of Dawnwalker. I am so excited because we saw that initial trailer, and it looked fantastic. It's ex-CDPR developers, and it really looked like they knew what they were doing. And I'm really happy that Bandai Namco is taking this under their publishing label, because they've been doing really well, in my opinion, for the last few years. I'm going to say it a million times. Scarlet Nexus was one of my favorite games that they've made. And they took on this project. The initial cinematic looked amazing, just from a visual standpoint. I'm assuming a small team can really do with their talents that they have at their disposal. Now we finally get some gameplay footage. I say finally, but that trailer probably dropped maybe last year. I can't remember. It wasn't that long ago, and now we've got gameplay overview here. So we finally get to see just what kind of game they're working on. As far as we know, it's I think it's third person. I could be wrong, but as far as I understand, maybe it's Witcher-esque, or just third person action RPG sort of thing. But who knows? That's why we're gonna watch it. So let's get into it. Ooh, I'm so excited, dude. Let's go. 60 FPS. That's a good start. Rebel Wolves. Okay, the following video presents actual gameplay footage from a work in progress pre-beta version. So they are already post-alpha, which is kind of nuts that they're developing it that quickly. Well, they might have actually developed the large majority of it before they actually showed off the new title, even in the previous cinematic, which is really good. That's kind of how you should do it. Start marketing when you're closer to finishing the game, not like, oh, we're years away. Like, this is pre-beta, and usually when a game hits beta, we're probably talking maybe another 6 months to release, give or take, depending on how fast they're working. But as with everything, please take your time, Rebel Wolves. You guys, it looks like you're gonna have a hit on your hands, I hope. As long as you take your time, do it right the first time. Don't do what CDPR did with 2077. The Blood of Dawnwalker is still in development, and everything you're about to see is subject to change. The gameplay was recorded on PC. I'm a console player, as you guys know, but I'm sure it'll come out on console as well. It would be nice to see console gameplay footage instead, because those are the lesser powerful systems compared to a well-built PC. My current PC, which I'm watching this on right now, is certainly a lot less powerful than my PlayStation 5, but I digress. Technically, the consoles are the less powerful systems this day and age. I keep doing that. I'm used to doing that on the PS5. It gets rid of the interface on the PS5. I mean, that just reeks of Witcher.
Hello, my name is Daniel Sadowski, and I'm the design director at Rebel Wolves. I would like to welcome you to the Blood of Dawnwalker summer gameplay video. Our game is a story-driven, open-world dark fantasy RPG set in medieval Europe.
Nice.
The game is currently in pre-beta stage, and what we are going to show you is just a part of one of the mid-game quests. It's a really cool story involving legendary swords and a haunted almshouse, but today we'll focus on showcasing our gameplay systems.
Okay, first thing is the interface. Very clean. I like it. Obviously, it seems like no matter what we do, we're gonna get a compass in games now. I can't for the life of me remember which game started that, but now we get compasses in literally every game we have. The health bar and stamina bar down on the bottom, I think it's safe to assume which one's which. Obviously, health is the red bar. Stamina bar might be the white one on top, and then the yellow bar might be like your power, potentially. but I like the interface. It's very pushed to the corners, just out of the way, not in your face. It's there if you want it. Maybe they have some option in the settings menu where you can kind of have it be like some developers call it hybrid mode, where it turns, or dynamic mode, where it turns on only in certain situations. Like you get into combat, your health bar pops up. When you're just exploring like this, it disappears and it just immerses you into the world.
We're starting on the outskirts of Svatro, the game's largest city and the capital of Vale Sangora. From here, we could head anywhere the icons...
Okay, so again, keep this in mind. It's pre-beta, so almost beta, but pre-beta, I'm seeing a lot of flickering on the trees there, so it's probably, not loading in high detail models yet, even at that distance, so they probably still got a lot of work to do there, but I am seeing that.
Explore ancient ruins or sabotage vampire blood transports.
The animation on the tree.
But it's not just about where or when you go. It's also about how you approach the main quest and shape the story, making each playthrough uniquely your own. For now, we're following the road. Cohen is on his way to the city's cathedral, chasing leads about a powerful weapon set
this is on Unreal Engine
in
5.
its crypts. But first, we'll have to deal with some bandits who camped out by the main road. Traveling through Vale Sangora is never boring. The world is dense with quests, random encounters, and locations steep in lore. This will be a great opportunity to show you our combat system. Our goal was to make the player feel like a real swordmaster who closely observes his enemies.
Okay, it looks like they're going the route of like Kingdom Come Deliverance, where your positioning matters, or something like For Honor, same thing. You have to choose your positioning carefully to either block or hit your enemy.
Begin this fight by using acrid dust
that's cheap.
to stun one of the enemies. Now, when you attack, you choose one of 4 directions: up, down, left, or right, in order to hit the opponent where he's unable to parry. And similarly, when defending, you have to take note of the enemy's intent and the direction of the attack. On the left side of the screen, just above Cohen's health, you have activation charges that will be filled in
the stamina bar is the
attack,
yellow
block,
bar on
and
the
parry.
bottom.
Once they are full, you can use
The
one
white bar
of the
on top, I'm
active
not sure what that would be.
abilities, which allow you
XP
to
maybe?
take a more tactical approach to fighting.
Oh, there goes his arm.
We started the fight by throwing some acrid dust. And now let's cast Burning Blood. It's a hex which boils the enemy's blood and burns their skin.
That's sick.
dealing
So
physical
basically,
damage over time.
that reminds me a lot of nice motion blur. That reminds me a lot of the Blood Mage from Dragon Age Origins, where they use blood magic to do their abilities, and that's essentially what that is. I'm guessing maybe this guy is vampire adjacent. Maybe he is a vampire, or just has the blood of a vampire, something. But that's really cool to see, like, blood magic in a game again. There's probably tons of them, but I just haven't played all of them. The last one I played was Dragon Age Origins with a blood mage. That was probably the most powerful class, I think, in the entire game. I could be wrong. I just remember people saying it's probably one of the best mage types of most RPGs. But yeah, the parrying and the combat system in general, I know for a fact the way that they're using the swords, I think Shad from Shadiversity is definitely going to want to take a look at this, because it looks like they might actually be using real sword techniques, real HEMA techniques, and I'm curious as to what he thinks about it. So hopefully he'll take a look at this, or just take a look at the game when it comes out, and he'll have some thoughts on it. But so far it looks pretty good. It could be a bit daunting. Those types of systems, like the one in Kingdom Come or For Honor, those combat systems are not for everybody, where you have to make sure you're positioned properly. Obviously, The Witcher 3 didn't have that. But The Witcher 1 did have a very stance-oriented system where, depending on the enemy, you had to use a specific type of stance. For fast enemies, you had to use the fast stance or light stance, whatever they called it, I can't remember. But you had, I think, 3 different stances that you had to choose from based on the enemies you were facing. So it's not too far off from something like that, but I can see this becoming a bit cumbersome for a lot of people to deal with, just like constantly being aware of like, okay, he's up high, so I have to block, and then I have to quickly transition to a low strike and all this other stuff. So it's not to everybody's taste. Most people would rather have a combat system like The Witcher 3 or a Souls game or whatever, but so far it looks pretty impactful and actually kind of adds to the experience.
Alright, time to finish this fight. Let's use the final activation charge to cast
some
the
audio that was
archery
a
attack,
little off there. Oh, there goes his
which
head.
actually decapitated.
It was the level bar, or the XP bar.
opponent.
Okay, so the white bar is
Our
the XP
hero
bar.
quickly dispatched the bandits, so let's loot a few items they've left behind and open the
Ooh,
inventory.
I'm seeing dithering around the character, the hair and everything. Obviously, again, not finished product, but I
First
really
of
hope they
all,
use a
let's
better.
replenish our health by
I really hope they use a better version of anti-aliasing than temporal. Please just don't do that. This is, I'm not gonna lie, this kind of when I came up with the inventory system, the way the guy looks and moves kind of just gives me Dragon's Dogma vibes right there.
eating something. And then take a closer look at this cool-looking weapon we just picked up. Ah, it has better stats than our current weapon, so let's equip it.
All right, so they have a rarity system,
We've also leveled
like a
up,
lot of
so
games
let's use
these
this
days.
opportunity to spend the newly acquired skill point in one of Cohen's skill trees. The skills in the Blood of Dawnwalker are
cost
divided
20% less
into
health.
3
That would be
trees.
useful.
One for human, one for vampire, and one shared between the two. We also have an active abilities panel. We can use it to unlock additional abilities to use during combat.
So you're a human and a
Note
vampire, or
that
like a
during
hybrid.
The day, the health
That's
bar is
my
not
understanding of what he
regenerating.
just said.
You need to find consumables like the one we've just eaten. The hexes we've just used also consume some of Cohen's health. Be aware of that. The way our magic system works, there's always a price to pay for manipulating reality. But we can make it sting a bit less. Let's level up the frugal witchcraft skill, so next time we'll cast a hex, it'll consume fewer of
And you know
Cohen's health points.
The thing is that
Now that we've
it
wrapped
kind of
up
looked
the
like he
encounter
was
with the
using a
bandits,
controller,
we
but
can
he's
be on
actually
our
using
way
keyboard
to
and
get
mouse.
inside the
I see
city.
the shadows
Right
wiping
now,
in there.
Cohen hasn't
Pretty
done
close to
enough
the
to
camera,
ruffle the
so
Vampire Lord's feathers, so the gods will just wave us through. But the more damage you cause, the more suspicious and aggressive they'll become. So when you play the game yourself, you'll have to decide whether you want to challenge the vampires openly, or lay low until you're ready to strike and surprise them.
I like the lighting. It's actually quite nice. I don't know. It's being Unreal Engine 5, they might be trying to go for ray tracing at some point. It may not be showing off here because it's pre-beta, so they probably don't have that stuff put into the game yet. But I did see some shadows of trees on the ground as he was approaching it, wiping in. And this is on PC, remember. This could be a really high-end PC, no doubt, because it's a development video. They're still actively developing this game, and so they probably have some really powerful PCs to test this on. And if a really powerful PC is doing that at this stage, then we're probably going to be seeing something similar on consoles to kind of adjust for performance and stuff like that. But again, pre-beta could change. As they said, it's subject to change. I just noticed it, and while that's just kind of like a nitpicky thing, it's kind of relevant to the fact that it might be something that we see as a concession that they make for consoles. That the draw distance on shadows is like really close to the camera.
They're putting in new stained glass. The Knyaz doesn't deny the old tradition.
Out of my face.
Whoa,
This is the rich
rude.
district of the city, Silberkreis. There's also Altermarkt.
Ooh, I just saw that shadow.
the
Hold
Middens.
on.
Silberkreis.
Watch right here. Watch right here.
There's also Altermarkt, Neustadt, and the Middens.
It just changed.
Each of the
Oh, there it
boroughs
goes
has
again.
its own feel and character.
Get your stinking ass out of here.
It's just passing through, I swear.
Of course they're British.
I sat down and started begging.
Looming high
It's
over
medieval
the city
Europe,
is
of
Brenzis'
course.
castle, Greifberg. He took it over when he slaughtered the human ruler of the valley, Skender.
Nice
as
castle.
shown in the trailer we shared with you earlier in January this year.
That was
In
okay,
order
so
to
it was
complete the main
not even
quest
last year. It
and
was
save your
earlier,
family,
and they already
you'll
have
have to
gameplay
storm
footage.
the castle, alone or with help of friendly NPCs. We could do
You
it
can
right
actually
now
hire
if we
friendly
wanted,
NPCs. That's awesome.
but it would be super challenging.
So you can pretty much do it if you want, anytime you want, if you want a challenge.
Oh, let me. I just want to. Oh, let me in.
Oh, please let me in.
That kind of in.
Let's check the
Don't
map.
turn me
The
away.
cathedral is really close. There's plenty of other places to see and
I
things
love
to
the
do
look of
here.
this map.
A couple of inns, a medic, a blacksmith, an armorer.
And you know the thing is that they've got all these icons and everything like that. It's been a while since I played Assassin's Creed Shadows, but when I did play it last, it's not that the icons aren't obvious or they're not noticeable, but they do blend a little more into the map because the map is a little bit more like it's rendering the 3D world in a 2D space, sort of. So it looks more realistic. So some of the icons, they could probably get lost, and there's just so many of them. This I like because it's very obvious as to what the icons are and, you know, basically what they are, how many there are, and what they are. As he's pointing out, you know, the armorer has the armor, and I'm guessing the mugs are probably like an inn or a tavern or a place you can get food. The medic bag, obviously the medic. The pouch right there. I forgot I'm on a PC, so I can. This pouch here is probably like a general store that you can buy stuff at. But I like how obvious all the icons are, and they're very easy to read. And the map itself just looks really nice because it looks hand drawn. So that's always good.
and other merchants. You can see that not only the vampires came out of the shadows. This creature on the right is called an Uriash. Look
Uriash.
around, especially at night, and you'll learn humans have lots to fear, not just the vampires.
Is Uriash a real thing? Is that like a mythological creature from Europe?
And here we can see guards pounding on some poor guy's doors.
What is it about?
I don't know how it's spelled. The way he pronounced it sounded like it should be spelled Uriash. Uriash. Apparently that's a dinosaur. Who would have thought?
Yes, singing songs that mocked him and the faith.
Who told you this nonsense?
Was it Livia?
It's just one of many different community scenes we're implementing in the
Dude,
game.
I can't stop seeing
Watch
the
them
shadows
closely when you
transitioning
play,
from
as
one
they might point you to
level
new
of detail
quests
to another.
and
It's
hidden
kind of
treasures,
annoying.
or signal changes in the game's world.
My brain can't unsee it. It's annoying.
Humbly beg of thee.
I humbly.
Ouch!
I don't want to say it more.
It's a prayer. It's what we have to say. Go on.
I humbly beg of thee, protect him and protect.
Okay, we are at the cathedral gates. Again, since Cohen isn't yet wanted by the vampire
This is pre-beta, and their AI are already better than anything that Obsidian put into Avowed.
regime, and it's daytime, we can simply walk inside.
A little bit of a transition stutter there. That's classic of UE5. Doesn't exactly have the best.
The baptism
Transitions
of a
of
newborn
cutscenes.
is a solemn moment, doubly so. A new life joins our flock, bringing happiness to its parents and to the congregation. Natus ex sanguine est, alitur sanguine, et in sanguine morietur.
Obviously, audio is
Ego
definitely
te baptizo in nomine Dei.
desynced. He's got two color eyes.
Amen.
Yeah, he suspects something.
Don't I know you from somewhere, young man? Laslia, maybe?
I'm sorry, but you must be mistaken.
Am I? Perhaps. Perhaps. My memory isn't what it used to be.
He looks like he's got cataracts.
Come with me. I'll take your confession.
Thank you, but I have no need for confession.
Ah. So you deem your conscience clear?
I mean, he did just kill a bunch of guys out in the field.
I wouldn't go that far. But I'm sure you're a busy man, Father. So while I appreciate the offer, I feel that my soul shouldn't be your priority.
I won't press the matter. You are quite correct. I have many other duties to attend to. But please remember that in order to be saved, we all need to repent. Myself included. I hope we can speak again soon. Good day to you, Cohen.
Okay, so he remembered his name, so he clearly remembers him. The facial animations are pretty good. Obviously, for a game still in development and certainly pre-beta, the lip sync is not bad. It's very stiff, so it's still basic mouth movements, it seems, for the most part. They do kind of look like the words that they're speaking, but that definitely needs a lot more work, and I'm sure they're going to put a lot more work into it. But not bad for pre-beta.
What we saw right here was just one of many cutscenes we recorded for the game, which smoothly transitioned into a dialogue scene. We use cutscenes to highlight key scenes or showcase interesting bits of lore. Like this blood baptism. Creepy, isn't it? The core feature of the Blood of Dawnwalker is the dual gameplay loop.
I thought that was a bit weird that they
Remember,
used blood to
Cohen may be a human
baptize
during
the child.
day, but he turns into a vampire at night and
Ah.
has a different set of skills at his disposal.
So he's basically like Blade, you know? I mean, that's probably why it's called the Blood of Dawnwalker. I mean, but he's basically Blade. He can be out in the sun because he's human, but in this case, this guy's just human during the day, and then he morphs into a vampire at night, kind of like a werewolf would. Interesting.
And this is just one variable that
I wonder if
affects
Blade
our
was an
quests.
inspiration for these guys.
Depending on when you tackle a particular quest, what choices you've made earlier, whom you befriended, or whom you've angered, your gameplay and story experience will be very, very different. So each quest is a complex structure with multiple possible paths leading to the end goal. We maximize players' freedom and agency, offering you a narrative sandbox to play in. I wonder what secrets may be concealed up there, just beyond Cohen's reach. And how do we get there? It's impossible to do
is it
during
like-
the day, but come
Oh.
night, it's an entirely different story.
He's
Let
got-
us explain what we mean by taking our
Is there
current
parkour
quest
in the game?
as an example.
Kind of like Assassin's
During
Creed.
the day, we got inside the cathedral without any problems, since it's open for all to see and Cohen doesn't yet stand out from the crowd. The scaffolds, though, are outside of his reach. But climbing them won't be a problem for the vampire, who has many more exploration abilities at his disposal. Bear in mind, Cohen has not completed the quest yet. What's more, there are still a few clues to be found in order to solve this story.
Also, notice how the health bar is different. Now it's segmented as opposed to one long piece.
It's worth mentioning that Narrative Sandbox also means that we may completely abandon this quest and follow a different path to defeat Brensis. For today, we're focusing on the gameplay part, so let's see how we could tackle this particular quest during the night. We're starting right after dusk, as a vampire, on the rooftops of Svatro. Right now, we have 22 days left to complete this goal. This counter is always displayed and you will be warned each time it's pushed forward. So you have to be aware of the time, and it's more of a resource you'll be spending than a racing clock.
So, okay, is that the main quest? You only have 22 days. See, If that's a side quest, then fine. But if it's a main quest, I'm not a real big fan of time restrictions in a lot of video games. I guess it depends on what it is. That's why I didn't play the Outer Wilds. And while I did play the original Dead Rising, I still didn't really like the time restriction. And it's what put me off of Dead Rising 2, of even finishing that game, because of the fact that, like, you have to get the Zombrex for your daughter, and you only have a certain amount of time to do it. Otherwise, the Zombrex goes bad, or she dies, or whatever the case may be. It's a bit stressful in a game that really should be about fun. This game, it might work better, because it kind of just keeps you moving along. It keeps you, going with the story. But, with an open world like this, people love to explore. And if you put a time restraint in the game, that kind of defeats the purpose of the open world exploration. So, I don't know. If that's the main quest, which I assume it is, given the fact that it has the type of symbol next to it, I'm not sure how well that's going to go. 22 days in-game probably is a long time, but it's still kind of just, it's a restriction on the player, and I don't particularly like it myself.
As a vampire, you'll see and experience the world from a different perspective. You can travel quickly and easily access places beyond the reach of regular humans. Let us show you.
But he doesn't look like
this
a vampire.
Is Shadow Step, a unique vampiric ability allowing Cohen to jump to almost any place within his reach.
So I assumed that he was going to transform into a vampire, but I guess he just looks the same. He just gains his powers at night. Which, I mean, that's cool and everything. It'd be even cooler if he actually did kind of mutate a little bit into a vampire. Doesn't have to be drastic, but it'd be cool to see him visually look different, given that it's a third-person action game, to indicate, hey, now you're mostly vampire and less human. But I mean, that's just me. Visually, it'd be very appealing. Also, I apologize for pausing the video so much. I find it hard to formulate my thoughts while somebody else is talking. It's really hard to do that for me. So, I got to pause it for a second.
Now, let's take a good look around using the focus mode.
The what?
This ability highlights objects of interest and
focus
loot.
mode.
And there is something right here.
I'm making fun of his accent. I know it's
This time,
rude.
it's just some items to grab.
I'm just being silly.
On other occasions, who knows? You might come across a hidden quest. Looks like our health is quite low. This is because, as a vampire, your health bar also represents your hunger level, and you start each night thirsting for blood. Remember, you have to quench this appetite in order to make full use of your vampire abilities, and rein in your monstrous nature around NPCs. Otherwise, you may end up draining someone important, which may lead to unpredictable consequences.
Okay.
We'd better feed them. Maybe on someone who is standing all alone.
All right, so what that sounds like is that they kind of took note from something like Fallout New Vegas, where you could literally kill everybody, and it drastically changes the outcome of the game because, well, if you kill off a necessary NPC, then that quest line is just gone. So it looks like they took note of something like that and actually put it in this game. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Like this drunk.
Or like in Baldur's Gate 3.
Let's grab.
Apparently you can just kill everybody in that game.
Voracious Bite ability.
You have that choice.
Unless you lose control due to hunger, you get to decide how much blood to drink. You can drain just a bit and knock your victim unconscious, or go all the way and kill them.
Yeah.
And if you're adamant you don't want to hurt innocent humans, you can drink from animals and some other creatures.
Okay.
Finally, we are at the cathedral, but it seems to be closed for the night. And
it's
the
guarded.
entrance gate is well guarded. Let's find another way in.
That stained glass looks really good. So I wonder if the guards, if they were to see him, would they stop him? Because I mean, now he's got blood all over his face. But would they stop him, even just for coming into the courtyard, or is it just kind of like you're allowed in the courtyard, just not in the church?
Shadow Step is not the only vampiric ability you're gonna learn during your playthrough. Cohen can also use Plane Shift to scale walls and even ceilings smoothly.
I was gonna say, those people are definitely gonna be freaked out by that.
This will allow us to explore every nook and cranny of the cathedral.
Blood to blood.
Better be quiet.
That's pretty cool.
Shall become Kenya's prince.
Is that warrior Xanthi?
His
What the hell is she doing here?
the sole voice
What is she doing? Is that a ritual for the blood gods?
become your new family. You shall want for nothing. You
They're covering up the old paintings.
only
Why?
shall remain.
One of the workers must have left it. Seems that the cathedral complex is quite big.
I like the voice acting so far. It's very, very
In
good.
a courtyard. The entrance to the crypt could be anywhere. Won't get anything done just standing around. Still,
This was a scene investigation, a mechanic we used to zoom in on and showcase key clues. This time we had a chance to learn more about the vampire's plans. Looks like they're keen to cover up the old frescoes, so that's something we could take a look at. This
Okay, so you yourself have vampiric abilities, but you are not, or you don't consider yourself as part of the vampire cult, if you will. And it looks like you're trying to uncover something about them or just stop them entirely. So yeah, you're just basically your
way
blade.
we could learn more about the cathedral's past.
Blood to blood. You shall
Looks like we aren't alone here. Underneath us, there's a group of blood guards. Soldiers hooked up on vampire blood, which makes them stronger. And one of Brances's vampire allies. It's Xanthi, the oldest vampire in Vale Sangora, and quite a powerful lady. Let's descend and check what's going on.
I mean, he said that she was a friend of his, so
Don't
maybe
think I
not.
don't see you
Ah.
skulking in the shadows.
So,
Come out.
never mind. Forget what I just said.
You're interfering with my task. Who are you?
it doesn't matter.
Very well. I don't have time for interruptions. Let us dispose of him.
Or maybe I was right. I don't know.
You've withstood it. Fascinating.
Cohen is using his claws to attack when in vampire form. Blood
Okay.
guards are dual-wielding opponents,
So
their
no-
attacks are pretty strong. Of course, even when fighting with claws, combat is still directional. Don't worry, Cohen can still use his sword as a vampire.
I was gonna say, so you can't use your sword? That would be a bit of a weird restriction.
Only after defeating all three of the blood guards.
I like the
Xanthi
fact that you can
deems
zip
Cohen
up behind
worthy
him
of
and
a
stuff.
challenge, and she descends to face him. She uses her blood control powers to cast a multitude of attacks, like her blood whips that hit Cohen.
That
from
animation
left
definitely
and right.
needs some work, obviously.
Xanthi is protected by a powerful vampire ability. Once her stamina runs out, Cohen will have an opportunity to strike and deal some damage. But
A
be
lot of
careful,
damage.
because Xanthi is quick to counterattack, and she will also try to restore her blood. Meanwhile, look at the indicator just below her health and stamina. It's a timer for the boiling blood skill that you've seen in the CGI trailer. So, if we don't hurry, the timer goes down to 0, and Cohen will eventually explode.
Ooh.
And we're dead. Remember, we were only mid-game here, and Xanthi is one of the game's most punishing enemies. Defeating her right here and right now is very much possible, but it would be hellishly difficult. A fun challenge for hardcore players.
Oh, there will be.
Otherwise, we could load the game and explore the cathedral
2026.
without drawing her attention.
Okay.
Or try to get to her while she's not surrounded by bodyguards. Xanthi, like all other vampire allies, has her own questline. Explore it, and you can learn more about her past, motivations, and maybe even try to reason with her. What you do is entirely up to you. Remember, our design principle is the narrative sandbox. There is no difference between main quests and side quests.
Okay.
There's just different stories that you weave together into your own unique adventure. But that's coming in 2026. For now, I'd like to thank you for joining me on this gameplay video presentation. We've just shown you a tiny glimpse of the Blood of Dawnwalker. There's definitely more to come in the coming months, so stay tuned for any updates being posted on our social media profiles. Goodbye.
Yeah, so, all right, so he said that there's no difference between side quests and main quests, but based on the fact that I saw a different icon next to certain quests, so like the one that had the time restriction on it, the 22 days, I think it's pretty safe to assume which ones are the main quests and which ones are the side quests, or maybe that's just your main objective overall, and then every other quest is like that plus sign, and there really is no difference between main and side quests, but I would posture to say that that one with the special icon next to it was actually the main quest. That looks great, man. You can wishlist it. It's coming next year. So I literally said, you know, if we're in pre-beta, once they get into beta, whenever that might be, maybe it's a month from now, maybe it's a couple months from now, we're probably looking at around 6 months before the game actually releases, and they said 2026. So we could be seeing the game release around maybe this time next year. That's just my guess. So we're probably about a year away from the game coming out. And obviously, I've already pointed out all the minor flaws that I see in the visuals, but that stuff can be cleaned up in due time. I'm just hoping that they don't use TAA or any kind of temporal solution for anti-aliasing. I'm sick of seeing it. It doesn't ever look good, except for maybe 2 instances that I can think of. But other than that, use a different solution, one that's cleaner, one that's more sharp, and really presents the game in a better light than TAA does. But me saying that is just speaking into the void, because these guys will never see my video, so it doesn't really make a difference. Unless they do a good job with the temporal solution that they choose, then great, use it. If it makes the game look clean, sure, do it. But generally, to me, most developers just don't use it right, or don't do it correctly or something. It's just not a good solution. So hopefully they will stray from that and do something else. And again, combat looks good, but again, that kind of system can really turn a lot of people off if you're not careful. And it'll be a very, very niche product, and niche is fine. Don't get me wrong. I think that we need more niche games rather than trying to appeal to everybody. You can't appeal to everybody, and you shouldn't. Make your game for the people that you're making it for. Don't try to appease the crowd, because it's just never going to work out in your favor, because you'll always have people who just get upset for no reason, or for whatever reason that they want to get upset with the game. Like, oh, the combat sucks, it's just not for me, or whatever the heck, whatever the hell they like to they would like to complain about. But overall, the visuals are really good. It's Unreal Engine 5, obviously. The voice acting is actually very good. The lip syncing is a little off, or the audio is a little off sometimes. Like this part right here was the first instance of the audio being off, very briefly, and then when he was talking to the father, that was also kind of a little off, but very Witcher-esque, and it's looking good, man. I'm really excited for this one. We got possibly a whole other year for the game before it comes out, so that's good. We got some time, but you can wishlist it now on all the major platforms, PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, and I'll be sure to add it to my ever-growing list of wishlist games, because I can only hold 100 games on my wish list on PlayStation. I really wish they would expand that so I could add more, because I've got this, and there was one other game recently. Oh, the Expanse, Osiris Reborn. That one is also available to wish list now. That one I certainly cannot wait for. I put out a video. I don't know if this one's coming out first or if that one's coming out first, but there's going to be a video on the Expanse Osiris Reborn trailer as well. So check that one out. It's Mass Effect. It's a spiritualist successor to Mass Effect. It just looks so good. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. This game looks really good as well, and I can't wait for more of this to come out. And hopefully they'll show more when the game is actually in a better state, in a more complete state. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. As always, if you're a Witcher fan, I think you're going to be excited for this one. Because I am. I've been a Witcher fan since the first game, and I really should read the books. I really should read the books, so maybe someday. And please join me again in the next one. We'll take a look at another trailer, and I mean, hope that it wows us like this one did. Or maybe gives us feelings of other games like Dragon's Dogma and Witcher and all the favorites. But until then, I'm Adam Wolf. This is the Blood of Dawnwalker. And I'll see you guys later.